What's up everyone, welcome to Workshop Rebuild. In my last video, I tackled a small repair on this John Deere 1445 and everything went together really well. Now in today's video, I want to address a small cosmetic issue that I found on the front fender of this machine, and I also found some damage on the top cover, which is on the very top of this machine. So let me share with you guys what I found. As you guys can see down below, there are some bare metal spots around the perimeter, and that's because I removed some of the rust that was developing in these areas. So right here I had some rust on the lip of the fender, and then towards the front there are some patches. As you guys can see, the rust migrated all the way up there, and I removed as much as I could. And then on the other side you'll see the exact same rust spot like on the other side right there, and I removed as much as I could. So all of this will be primed and then painted with John Deere green, and that's another reason why I had to cover everything with newspaper and drop sheet. Now over here on the inside, you'll also see another little area that I addressed. I actually put in some filler already, so all of this will be primed and painted. So hopefully none of that rust will come back, or at least not sometime soon. If I'm already addressing the rust, which is technically the bodywork of this John Deere 1445, I might as well get everything done at the same time. And that means addressing the issues on this cab top cover. Now on this table, I have the cab top cover. This is made of plastic, as you guys can tell. And the previous owner taped all of the damage off, but you can really tell there are some serious holes in here, and that's not really the way it should be. So there's some more damage over here. The cutout is no longer in the correct shape, and then there's some more damage under this tape. And towards the back, we have some more damage like right here and like right here. And I want to address all of this in today's video by using this fiberglass repair kit. I just picked this up at my local hardware store. You can probably pick this up anywhere. I've only used fiberglass once before. I repaired a motorcycle fairing that was made of fiberglass, and it worked out pretty good. So I think in today's video, I'll be using this product to repair all of that. Right now, I'll remove this tape and see what kind of damage I can find behind it. Now after removing the residue from the duct tape, I can identify the damage that has been done to this top cover. This damage is almost as big as my hand, or at least the surface area, but lucky enough there was still some plastic glued to the duct tape. So this part right here goes in there, and then I have two more parts like this corner that will go right on there. Now this is pretty hard to mold, especially if you don't have it, so I'm really glad I have those parts to insert in this area. Now over here on the other side, there's just a hole, and I don't have anything to insert into this area, but I will be using the fiberglass repair kit to fill up this area. So hopefully that goes well, but I'll insert these parts in this area so you guys will understand what I'll be doing next. I'm really happy I found these 3 broken pieces on the duct tape because they fill in this area quite nicely. Now for the next step, I want to make sure that these cracks, especially in this corner, don't migrate any further within this plastic top cover. Now what that'll do is actually stop the crack from migrating throughout the plastic. And once I apply a resin and the fiberglass repair kit to this plastic, especially on the inside, it'll reinforce it much better and stop it from cracking in the near future. So let me share with you guys how I do that. So I think I found all cracks in this top cover, and I'm going to grab those broken off bits and place them back in this damaged area. And to hold them in place this time, I'll use some super glue. After that, I can apply resin and the fiberglass repair kit from the back of this top cover. Now for the next step of the repair, I will be using this plastic from an old soap container. This incredibly smooth plastic will be perfect for blocking off the damaged areas on the plastic top cover. In theory, this should act like a concrete form you lay down before pouring concrete, but in my case, it'll be a form for resin and fiberglass. I covered all the damaged areas on this top cover from the outside with this HDPE plastic material. Now I covered it from the outside because I want the outside to be as smooth as possible, that way I don't have to sand as much. So if I flip this around, you'll be able to see the cavities that I want to fill with resin and fiberglass. So let's have a look at the inside of this top cover. You'll notice the plastic is laid on the outside. That will make the resin and fiberglass flush once I insert it in this area. And to reinforce this area, I'll be probably laying down a piece of fiberglass that's around 3 inches larger around the whole perimeter, just like that, and glue it to this plastic. That way it'll be a little bit stronger once it's cured. Before I lay down any fiberglass on this top cover, I'm going to make sure the surfaces around the damaged areas are scuffed with some rough sandpaper. That way the resin will bond properly with this plastic. Right after that, I'll clean everything off with some acetone, and then I'm ready for the fiberglass. So let's get right to it. I allowed the spot and glazing putty to fully cure on this top cover, and then I was able to sand it down. Now, as I was sanding this down, I noticed there was still some low spots, and I didn't want to fill them up with the spot and glazing putty because that would just be too much. So I opted for this lightweight Bondo, which I actually already had in my shop. I just didn't think I would use this much, but I actually did. So I filled up the low spots with this Bondo, and then I sanded everything down. That made everything nice and smooth, and now I can actually apply primer and paint. But before I do that, I'll share with you guys a quick overview on how it looks like, and then we'll get to the painting. So this is what the top cover looks like. This corner probably had the most damage on it, and it's already looking 10 times better. The surfaces are nice and smooth, the lip is consistent, all cracks have been filled in with resin, and everything has been reinforced with fiberglass from the back. Now on the front, you will notice these two corners were broken off, and I recreated them, and I think it's pretty symmetrical, I would say. Let me know down below in the comment section what you think of this repair. And then in this area, this was probably the hardest corner to get to because it is concave. It was really hard to sand that resin in this corner and then apply Bondo to make everything nice and smooth. Now over here in the back, there's this last little repair that I did. This turned out pretty good when we look at it from the side. So it's nice and even, and this radius was recreated down here, and then all those spots have been filled in with Bondo. And then there was just one more little hole here in the back that was filled in. So with all that work out of the way, I will be priming and painting these surfaces. I will only be priming the areas with Bondo because paint shouldn't go directly over Bondo, and then I'll be doing the exact same thing to this front fender. So let's get right to it. This is how the top cover looks like after one coat of primer, and I'm so happy with this product because it laid down so smooth. I don't have any runs on this panel whatsoever. But let's have a look at this corner. You can hardly tell there was a repair done in this area. Probably the only thing that's missing is this texture. You guys can really see it has just this plastic texture, probably from the mold. But in this area, because I applied some Bondo and then I sanded it down, it's a little bit more smooth. But we'll have a look at the final results once I coat everything green. But if we have a look at the front, you'll notice the corners and the surfaces are all nice and neat and everything has been primed. This corner looks really good. I'm glad I was able to sand in that corner. And now when we come around to this corner, you'll see that the primer covered all of that Bondo and it's already looking much better, even though the green paint isn't on there just yet. But I'm really happy with how this turned out because I've never actually shaped anything like this before, especially with fiberglass. So yeah, it turned out really good in my opinion. Let me know down below in the comment section what you guys think of this fiberglass repair I did on the top cover of the John Deere 1445. My first time I've tackled such a big fiberglass project. So if you guys have any tricks or tips for me or for anybody else, drop them down below in the comment section as well because it is very helpful for anybody else watching. But right now I'll load the paint gun with green paint and I'll start painting the top cover along with the John Deere 1445 fender. Well, it's the next day in the shop. The paint had enough time to dry. It's not fully cured just yet because it hasn't been 24 hours. But right there, you'll see the top cover of the John Deere 1445, which is looking outstanding in my opinion. And then down below over here, we have the front fender, which has been painted on the John Deere 1445. So let me give you guys a quick montage of this paint job. And then you guys can let me know down below in the comment section what you guys make of this repair and the paint job. So let's get right to it. So that'll be pretty much it for this repair job on the John Deere 1445. If you guys enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button down below, comment, or subscribe if you haven't already. It helps this channel reach more people and it also helps this channel grow a little bit faster. If you guys also want to stay up to date with the newest videos I share with you guys, hit that notification bell down below as well. So thank you for watching and I hope to see you guys in an upcoming video. Peace.